Being in the sports betting industry for a couple years now, I have seen a ton of commonly spoken, generally accepted truths about sports betting that are absolutely incorrect. So in this video, what we're going to be doing is debunking 5 myths about sports betting. 5 myths that people just generally accept as the truth when it comes to sports betting that are absolutely untrue, using data, using facts, using math to back that up. As for me, my name is Matt Modi. I'm a content creator and betting analyst for OddsJam.com. I've been with OddsJam for over a year now. I've been sports betting with OddsJam since about September 2021, and it's been going really well, which I'll explain. But for those of you watching this, would appreciate it if you could hit that like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then of course comment and let me know your thoughts, good, bad, ugly, whatever it may be. Just hit me a comment, let me know what you think. And then if you want to find me on social media, you can at my Twitter handle at JediModi. So we can get right into it. The first one that I wanted to talk about is this thought that you can't make money sports betting, that the sports books are always going to have an edge over you, and that it's impossible to make money sports betting. And that's just not true. It really is just untrue. Now, I would venture to guess that majority of sports bettors, on average, don't make money. That's not because it's impossible. It's because they're probably bad sports bettors. There are a lot of mistakes that I made before I discovered OddsJam. I was not a profitable sports bettor. Now, I have a video detailing the common mistakes that sports bettors make that I myself made a lot of, but there are absolutely profitable sports betting strategies that you can do to make money. Like arbitrage sports betting, literally risk-free. There's no scenario in which you are arbitrage sports betting where you are losing money. It's literally risk-free, which again, I get it, sounds like a scam, but it's not. And then there's positive expected value betting, where it's not risk-free, right? There's obviously a chance that your bet loses, but you're placing mathematically profitable bets that have literally been calculated to be profitable, calculating the edge that you have over the sportsbook. Now, obviously, like I said, there are legitimate strategies to being profitable, but just the thought that, you can never make money sports betting, it's impossible. It's just not true. Like I said, I've been using OddsJam since September of 2021. And as you can see on the screen here, I have profited over 30K using OddsJam, using the tools. And this is from sports betting. All the bets that I have placed since September 2021 are added to my bet tracker that feeds into these numbers. So there's no fudging these numbers. It's absolutely possible. And the thought that you can't are probably people that haven't made money because they bet based on like gut and based on feel and based on what they think instead of having some sort of edge. It is possible to make money sports betting. You just have to have an edge of some sort. Now, the next myth that I want to debunk is this thought that win percentage of your bets matters. Basically, if you see someone bragging about their win percentage, you should run from that person because odds matter, right? They're the most important thing when it comes to sports betting. You could win 60% of your bets, but if you bet them at minus 200 odds, guess what? You have lost money. So if you see people bragging about how many bets that they win, they're only bragging about their win percentage because they probably haven't made any money. Now, the flip side of that, if you win 35% of your bets at plus 200 odds, you're going to be rich from sports betting. So the actual win percentage of your bets themselves, it doesn't matter. What matters is the odds that you're placing and then the inherent win percentage of that bet. If you're placing mathematically profitable bets, you can make money betting at plus 200, plus 400. Because here's the thing, the higher the plus odds that you bet, the lower your win percentage needs to be. So win percentage of your bets legitimately doesn't matter. Now, the next myth that I want to talk about are specifically regarding the sportsbooks and their odds boosts / promotions. There's this thought out there that every single type of promotion that a sportsbook is offering, whether it's an odds boost or like a same game parlay plus risk-free SGP, whatever it may be, that they're a scam and that the sportsbook is trying to trick you and that you should avoid them. It's not true. It's absolutely not true. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying that every single odds boost and every single promotion is profitable. But what I am saying is that they can be and that you should do the work to figure out if they are or not. But just automatically assuming that because a sportsbook is boosting a play, that they know it's going to lose, is ridiculous because despite what you might think, sportsbooks don't know anything, right? And you have to think about it from the sportsbook's perspective. There are so many different options for a sports bettor to use a sportsbook. There's so many different sportsbooks to use. I'm in Colorado. There are like over 20 legally regulated sportsbooks that I can use. What these sportsbooks are doing, it's an arm race to get the users. So these sportsbooks offer these odds boosts, these promotions, legitimately in hopes that they hit, because that means that the user, A, put money into the account, and B, their bet won, so they have even more money put in their account. So the FanDuels, the DraftKings of the world are hoping that that user will continue to use their app and will continue to deposit money. I know casual sports bettors that I'm legitimately friends with that barely used FanDuel or DraftKings, and then they had some sort of promotion, and then they put money into the account. And then like, okay, yeah, I'll put money into DraftKings and I'll start using it because they just used 1 or 2 books. Now, I'm not saying that that's what you should do. You should use at a minimum 5 sports books. But if you're a casual sports bettor and you're only using 1 or 2, these odds boosts and promotions are a great way to get these users on a different sports book. But again, you need to do the work to ensure if they are profitable or not. And just because an odds boost can be deemed profitable and it loses doesn't mean it was automatically a scam. A lot of times, if a sportsbook is boosting odds, it's something that's plus money. They're boosting from like plus 200 to plus 300. Well, a plus 200 bet, if we're pretending that that's the true line, that has a win percentage of 33%. So even if your bet loses, it doesn't mean it was because it was rigged and the sportsbook knew that it was a scam. The most popular example of this is DraftKings boosted Justin Herbert to throw just 1 touchdown, literally just to throw a touchdown. He'd done that in like 95% of his starts. And of course, he didn't do it. And it was a primetime game on Thursday Night Football. And everybody said DraftKings knew. You think they knew that, okay, yeah, this is the game that Justin Herbert's going to break his ribs and he's not going to be able to throw for a touchdown. He's going to throw a pick 6 in the end zone. They didn't. DraftKings was mad that that didn't hit. They wanted that wager to hit because then all those people would have had money in DraftKings and then they would have hoped that they would continue to churn money through DraftKings. So in general, promotions, odds boosts, any type of offer that a sportsbook is offering, it's not a scam. It's not. You need to look into it to see if it's good or not, but it's absolutely not a scam. Now, the next myth that I want to talk about is this thought that it's impossible to make money specifically off of parlays, and that in general, parlays are for squares. Now, yes, the majority of parlays that you see posted on social media probably are square, but that doesn't inherently mean that parlays themselves are bad. I think people get obsessed with, I could risk $1 and win $1 million if this parlay hits, that they'll just blindly throw a bunch of crap into a parlay and hoping that they can get one to hit. Now that is square. There's no way you'll be able to make money doing that. But you have to think about betting parlays as regular sports betting. If the bets you're placing are good, they're mathematically profitable, well, you could put them into a parlay and that would make the parlay mathematically profitable. But if you're placing bets that are bad individually, well, yeah, they're going to be bad in a parlay as well. So betting on parlays can be profitable, again, if you're using positive expected value bets to put into the parlay. But if you're just blindly putting, okay, I think this team's going to win, I think he's going to go over, and I'm going to parlay these 3 together for plus odds. Well, that's probably not going to win because you need to have some sort of value on the bets that you're placing. Now, there are a ton of different profitable parlay betting strategies. There's not one that's better than the other. One that I like to do is if I'm scanning through the OddsJam positive EV page and I see 2 or more bets that are for minus money on the same sportsbook, I'll just parlay those together and get that to be for plus money. Now that's one strategy. Another strategy that we have users that like to find like very high odds, like plus 200 or higher bets on the same sportsbook, and then parlay those together for an extreme payout. Now, obviously, if you're betting a parlay, you need to lower your unit size because of the inherent risk with the parlay. So don't be betting the same amount of money on a parlay that you would on a straight bet. You need to, again, unit size that down a little bit. But making money off of parlays is absolutely possible sports betting as long as you're putting in the right plays. Now, the very last myth that I wanted to debunk is this thought that 2 unrelated events are in fact related. 2 or more events, I should say. This is called the gambler's fallacy. Let's pretend you placed 3 no-run first inning bets in baseball. The first 2 hit. everybody is going to say, well, I'm probably not going to go 3-0, so you should fade this third one. Those events aren't related at all. Just because the Phillies and Marlins scored no runs doesn't mean that you're less or more likely that the Cubs and Braves are going to score no runs in the first inning. I think a lot of people try to conflate two events to make them related when they are not. It's kind of the same concept as thinking that you are due. I've lost 6 straight. My 7th bet is definitely going to hit. But no, each bet individually is probably unrelated. Now, if you're placing bets that are correlated, obviously that's different. If you have LeBron James assists and Anthony Davis points, yes, those are correlated. But if you have 2 different player props in entirely different games, those are not correlated, and one effect doesn't have an impact on the other. And again, this is something that I know a lot of people that are guilty of. They think that, oh, I'm on a losing streak. You shouldn't tail me the rest of the day because, I just can't get anything right today. Well, the bets are all different. That just because you had a bad first half of the day doesn't have any impact on the other half of the day. So I like to call it again, the gambler's fallacy, that people think that just because one bet lost, that a totally unrelated bet in a totally different game is also going to lose. I promise you, you unfortunately do not have that much cosmic power in the universe. The universe isn't looking at your bets specifically and saying, oh, you had Jimmy Butler over points and it lost. Well, guess what? Because you have Karl Anthony Towns over points in a totally different game, that's also going to lose because you already lost one bet. Or if you think, oh, I'm 2-0, I'm probably not going to go 3-0, so I'm going to cash out. Unrelated, you don't want to combine events together and make them related when they are not. Absolutely, that is called the gambler's fallacy. I understand the human nature behind it, but at the end of the day, these events are completely independent of each other, and you shouldn't conflate the two and make them related. And that's pretty much it. 5 myths about sports betting that we have debunked. Number 1, that you can't make money sports betting. It's not true. You absolutely can. Number 2, that the win percentage of your individual bets matters. They don't. The odds of your bets matter. Number 3, that all odds boosts and promotions or whatever the sportsbooks are offering are all scams. They are not. More often than not, sportsbooks actually want them to hit. Number 4, the thought that you can't make money betting on parlays because it's too risky and it's impossible to do so. Yes, majority of parlays are square, but that doesn't mean parlays themselves are inherently bad. It's just normally the bets that people put into parlays are bad. And then the last one, the gambler's fallacy, the myth that 2 events that are unrelated, you think they are related just because one bet loses, the next bet in a totally different game, completely unrelated, is also going to lose. Not true. Gambler's fallacy. Don't think that 2 events are related when they are not. And that's it. So hopefully this video was helpful. Again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Comment on the video. Other than that, remember to like, subscribe, hit me up on social media, and that's it. So appreciate everybody watching, and have a good one. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Below are all of my different social medias where I post picks and plays daily. Make sure to hit me up there. Also, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel as I'm constantly putting out new videos to learn how to make money sports betting. And that's it. So thanks for watching and have a good one.